said it 10,000 times, but I'll say it 10,001.
All right.
Because it put me in such a good mood. I love walking. I know it's not your thing, but getting out of the house and walking today, there's just something about it. I know it's not the most rigorous form of exercise, but it is just nice. Clearing your head. I just love it. There's just something about it.
Well, that's good. I know you came back with a clear mind. You wanted to speak some things over when we got back. I mean, it works. You and the dog get to do it together. It works. Get some of his energy out. I mean, not my thing. I'm not a fan of walking for no reason. I walk all day for work. I'm not a fan of walking for no reason.
He is out of shape, though. Really. He's like, he was bad. I was dragging him, which is my own fault, but it's been cold. So.
I mean, yeah.
Excited for summer.
He plays with dogs 3 days a week. He can't be out of shape. He's running around all day.
Yeah, but walking is a whole different thing. It's cardio.
I guess. I mean, yeah, he plays cardio all day, though. Chasing dogs, fighting with dogs, running with dogs all day. That's all Buddy does.
I don't know. It kicked his butt today. That's for sure.
Maybe he realized it's the weekend and it's not when you're supposed to do shit, just like I do.
No exercise on the weekends?
For, nothing. For hanging out, for having a good time, not for fucking walking around the block.
I wonder if other people feel the same way I feel about walking. I should start a walking group.
There you go.
Or
Maybe
find
you can
one.
Start a walking podcast, too. You can talk about all your journeys. Get a whole little following going.
Good idea. Really good idea.
There you go. I got a whole nother venture for you already.
Well, thank you.
Well, that being said, though, welcome to Awfully Opposite, the podcast. I'm Lance. That's Lily. We're two completely different people with different opinions, different ways of thinking, and I think that's what's going to make the podcast work a little bit. But let me say, I'm excited. We're finally starting it. It's been a long time coming. We've talked about this for months, if not even a year at this point. We got everything set up, bought, dialed in, and it's finally about time. I'm pretty excited.
Better late than never.
That it's happening.
Me too.
Hopefully the people listening are going to be happy about it and follow along on the journey, but it's nice. It's a good outlet. We talked about earlier needing more hobbies together, more things to do together, and I think this is the perfect thing to do.
And a reason to bicker.
I mean, I don't think we need
save
a
it for
reason
right
to
here.
bicker. But yeah, it might help the relationship if we do only our bickering on the camera.
It might.
You know, hopefully it doesn't get overpowering for people, but I don't think it's going to be that bad.
I'm sure people can relate.
I'm excited for it, and I'm happy, and I'm finally glad we're starting to do it together. It's been a long time coming, so hopefully this journey is a fun and good one that we can get into.
It definitely will be.
Absolutely. I'm excited for it. I'm also excited for the mass amount of Girl Scout cookies you brought home today. I mean, a staggering amount of Girl Scout cookies for the two of us who supposedly, quote unquote, on diets.
I don't think it's that much. See, if you open one box and you only have 2 cookies a day,
then that's going to last us half a year. The amount of Girl Scout cookies you bought.
Yeah, but I feel like they only come out once a year.
Probably, but even then, you want to be on a diet. I'm going to end up eating the box of Samoas that are out there. Will be gone between editing this podcast and coming home from work tomorrow night. They're going to be gone. Yeah,
but if you, let's say I do a bike ride on my lunch, that right there is the calories for the cookies, so I earn the cookies. Right?
If you don't want to lose weight, yes.
I mean,
if you work off all of these calories and then go put them directly back into your body, it's like you didn't eat the cookies nor work out. You're not going to get anything out of it.
I just won't snack as much during the day. I'm sorry.
For the cookies,
you know how I am. I need sweets. I don't care. I would rather eat no other kind of food. I love my sweets. I couldn't live without it. I couldn't diet and cut those out of my my diet.
I get it. You think there's stuff I can't cut out of my diet? Like burgers?
Burgers, beer, potatoes.
Yeah, the 3 main
That's pretty
food
much
categories.
it. That's all you eat.
Like, I'm considering ordering burgers for dinner tonight. Like that place, I don't remember what it's called. I'm not going to put the name out there anyways, but they offer a bucket of burgers. And I mean a fucking bucket of burgers. That's my dream. They're going to come over with a bucket that is just stacked to the brim with burgers. And I'm excited.
You've literally told everybody we encounter about this goddamn bucket.
Yeah, I don't know why everybody doesn't do it. Bucket of burgers is the perfect.
Because nobody needs a bucket of burgers?
No, I do. They're meant for parties. Like if we did the UFC parties that we throw sometimes, that would be a good thing to do. But we need to get 2-3 buckets of burgers because I would at least take one on my own. It's only 4 burgers in a bucket. It's not that unreasonable.
Are they singles or doubles?
Oh, they're singles. So it's like 2 double cheeseburgers. You get 2 Five Guys burgers. Is pretty much what that bucket of burgers is, except for you got 4 more buns.
You know what I think? I think it should be a bucket of burgers and fries. So there should be French fries
on the bottom,
covering the bottom, and then the burgers on top.
I agree. Yeah, I'm in for it. Mm-hmm. If we ever started it, we should start a food truck called Bucket O Burgers, and that's what it is.
We're stealing someone else's idea.
No, we're not stealing the idea. We're playing off of it. It's a great idea. But that's another idea, and we talked about this yesterday when we were at a local brewery around here. We were talking about food because we went to dinner. And how I just mentioned Five Guys, this one upsets me, that they don't do cheeseburger subs. And we talked about this. Mm-hmm. They do phenomenal cheeseburgers, especially for what's considered a fast food restaurant. Mm-hmm. Granted, it's not like a McDonald's or a Burger King. There's no drive-through. It's more fast food as you get in, you get out, and it's delicious. Mm-hmm. But we were talking because my favorite thing in life is a cheeseburger sub. It's the best of both worlds. Subs are amazing. Cheeseburgers are amazing. You put them together, it's perfect. You got more mayonnaise on it. You got more cheese. You usually got more burger. And you got a substantial amount of bread that usually is killer because it's soaked in grease. Got a little bit of cheese residue on it. It's perfect. Now, Five Guys is missing out. They have fantastic burgers, and if all they had to do was one more expense a month was to buy fucking sub rolls, cut them 2 burger patties they give you up into 4, and that makes a cheeseburger sub.
You should, what do you call it, like Yelping? You should Yelp at them or however you do it and tell them to start doing cheeseburger subs.
No, I got to be one of those secret shoppers or whatever they're called, where you go and you get food and you make your reviews.
That would be the best job, though.
It would be.
Seriously. Like, people just secret shop on you. They go into your store, see how clean it is, how well the cashier treats them, and that's it.
Do you know I signed up to do that for breweries as a secret drinker?
That is an amazing idea.
I got the opportunity. I got a link sent to me, I think through email. I don't remember exactly how I got the link, but I did get a link, and they say, you want to be a secret... It wasn't secret shopper or secret drinker, but it was something along those lines. That's what it was. You were basically a secret drinker. So you would go into establishments like breweries, wineries, distilleries, whatever they chose you for. Mine was for breweries. And I also think it gave me options for like certain bars that were big into beer. So, yeah, they sent me the thing. They said, you want to sign up? You want to do this? And I said, yeah, I went through the whole sign up process. They made me put my name in, where I live, stuff like that. And then they also asked me a couple questions where I had to write a couple paragraphs.
So that's where you messed up.
That's where I fucked up.
You got good grammar.
No, I don't. At all. And I spent days. I took for multiple days. It was like 3 or 4 days during the week. I think I got it on a Monday and I was finished by like Friday morning. Every lunch break I took, I wrote a little bit on the essays, trying to figure them out. It was simple questions. The first one was like, why do you think you'd be a good person, obviously, to be a secret drinker? Simple question, but obviously. It makes you think and really word yourself well. Mm-hmm. And then it said, how much do you know about breweries, beer, yada, yada, simple questions like that. I mean, they're all easy questions that I had the answers to, but I guess my writing wasn't good enough because I submitted it and waited for months. And I talked myself up. I'm like, there's not going to be a better person that you can find to do this job in our area. I go, there's nobody better. I go, I don't think anybody, number one, drinks beer better than I do. knows beer better than I do. For fuck's sake, I brew my own beer. Like, I think I know what I'm doing here, but I can't read and write.
You should have me proofread.
I should have, but I thought I did
Aw.
good. But that's the thing. If I'm going to be writing these reviews, I can't have you proofread every one of them. I needed to do my own thing. So I gave it my best shot. They didn't take me. It is what it is.
How jealous would you be if I did it and they chose me?
You know what? I wouldn't be that upset for this reason.
Because you'd be coming with me?
I would get free beers. They would pay for them. I would get to taste them. I would be the one telling you what to write for the most part. Because you wouldn't be drinking the IPAs or anything like that. You would do your own beers, the sours and the, gozas, the ale, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I would be the one that had to do the stouts, the porters, the IPAs. So it'd be perfect.
I like stouts and porters.
Yeah, but I would be drinking them too. So I'd be getting them for free. The IPAs, the pale ales, the stuff. Even lagers. I mean, I'm a fucking lager guy too. I can drink a Blue Light. I know about a lager or two. It would have been perfect because I would have been drinking for free and I wouldn't have had to do any of the bullshit. You would have been doing the writing. You would have been doing all that shit I wouldn't have liked to do.
That's true.
And I would have been drinking for free. So I fucked up there. I should have had you be the one to sign up for it. But I'll search through my emails. We'll fucking email.
Yeah, sign
we'll
me
get
up.
thing. It'll be perfect. But even secret shoppers, if I can go eat for free. Well, you don't. From what I figured out from those programs, you don't eat or drink for free technically. At least from the one I was considering, was you would pay for all of the stuff as you went, and then they would pretty much reimburse you. Which is still, you're getting it for free. But there's that little annoyance of the upfront cost.
Like expensing it.
Because who knows how long it takes for them to get back to you.
True.
2 months, 3 months, or whatever like that. But at the end of the day, I would have been going to that brewery anyways. I would have been going to that distillery anyways. I would have been going to that restaurant anyways. So if I'm getting my money back in a month or two, who gives a shit? That's free money. Like, that's extra money to go back out and now spend back in the beer community because that's what I would have done. I'm like, oh, here's my $100 check. Let's go to wherever. It would have been perfect. But, I missed my chance. I didn't pay enough attention in school, I guess. I mean, I took a creative writing class. I was good at creatively writing, but I guess I'm not good at writing in the real world.
When I was a cashier, we would get the reviews back. I got a really bad one once.
Why? What did they say to you?
They basically said that.
Well, let's preface. We won't say where you worked, but you worked at a big
name
store. Everybody knows them. They're pretty much in every city or town you go to.
Yeah. So I worked at the customer service desk.
It's a large place. Not a mom and pop or anything. It's a big name store.
What's funny too? I remember who it was. Like, looking back, I know exactly which night it was.
Yeah, give us the
a girl
the
and
details.
a friend of mine and I were just like hanging out, talking. We were cleaning up. We were like just about to close, and we thought nobody else was in there. So the lady comes up, and I was in the middle of cleaning the bathroom.
Probably guys messing around,
and I was
listening to music.
We were like chatting, goofing around.
Yeah.
So I was super annoyed that there was someone still in there. I mean, we're like 5 minutes from closing.
And
anybody who was a cashier and knows anything about closing, waiting for that last customer to leave the stores.
I was going to say, especially there, didn't you have to really wait until they left?
Yes. So
you couldn't kick them out or nothing.
Store policy, you cannot ask them to leave or say you're closing. You have to literally let them finish shopping, which people would hang out for like an hour past closing. So regardless, I digress.
That would drive me nuts, though, if I'm trying to get out of there. Especially at 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get out of there.
So she came up to the desk, and I was like, oh, my God, I was throwing a fit. So I, threw the keys on the counter, and I walked up, and I was just scanning her stuff really quickly. And, I was still friendly, of course, once I got there. But looking back.
But she should know.
Looking back, I wasn't the best. So no wonder I got a bad review.
She should have known that you wouldn't have been the best. But at the same time, she was doing it on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
She was trying to see the people at the end of the night, how they treated the last couple customers coming in. Because who knows? She could have came in the morning that day. You wouldn't have known. You weren't there.
True.
Could have came in midday. You wouldn't have known. You probably weren't there. Because weren't you working this job later at night? You were doing
night
closing
shift. Yeah.
So she could have, for all you know, came in morning, afternoon, and night and was trying to review the whole process of a day, which is a smart way to do it. Because it tells people multiple things. You know, how you running throughout the day, obviously. Is your store staying clean?
How you're cleaning, yeah, that's a good point.
Are they staying staffed well during the busy hours? And it also shows how irritated you guys as employees are getting. It's true, though. If they're going to get all the three things, you might as well do it that way. It's the perfect way to do it.
Yeah. That's really, I never thought about that.
Yeah. I can be smart sometimes.
You can be smart sometimes.
Yeah. But she probably, if she was coming in late at night and staying past
she got me.
Closing, I guarantee.
She got me good.
That wasn't the only time she was at that store. She was there multiple times. But that gives you the full experience, and she was doing a good job as a secret shopper, though.
It's just so messed up to do. Like, just let us close.
Yeah. But
that
company you were working for hired those people to do it to see how you were doing.
Yeah.
That's what secret shoppers don't just put in for the fuck of it. It's your company's hiring those people to do it.
Did you expect me to get a bad review? Or be honest that I got a bad review?
Yeah, that's different. I wouldn't even think you would have told me. I think you would have talked it up.
I feel like I told you this before.
You might have. That was years ago, though. You worked at that place, so it could have came up a couple years ago in passing. But
yeah,
we never also really talked about secret shoppers until now, since I've been rejected for the position, which is bullshit.
I'm going to apply now, and I'm going to get it.
At this point, after being rejected, I'd be a little upset. But
then again, know you'd be a little jealous.
Then again, though, I'd be drinking for free throughout the weekends, so I'd be a happy fucking guy. And it gives us an excuse to now travel farther than we normally do to go try new places. Because there's a lot of places around us that are within 30 to even 90 minutes. There's some places that I've been really wanting to try, but it's just the motivation on the weekend.
Yeah.
To wake up. Let's say they open at 11. You got to leave by 9:30. If it's a busy place, you really want to leave by like 9. Get there a little early. You know, you have a couple drinks, but you really can't be drinking at that point because it's not like you could Uber home. So it's more like you see a place, you got a couple to-go beers, a little bit of food. You try a couple beers, but responsibly wise, you only have 1 or 2. It's not as enjoyable, But now I feel like if we were secret shopping, we drive an hour and a half away, I know I'm getting that money back, right? So it would justify me to buy a hotel out there an hour and a half away and really hit a couple bars and breweries on the way and just Uber to the hotel for the night.
Yeah.
Because it's like, at that point, whatever money I would have spent drinking, I just put into the hotel because we're going to get that money back anyways.
Well, and you got to try places far away that you wouldn't really have tried before. I mean,
I don't put anybody at risk while doing it.
It's a whole day thing. Like, I feel like to drive that far, you need to get, like you said, get up early, go.
Get a hotel.
You want to be there first thing. No, not even that. You'll hit your first place or 1 or 2 places, and then you're going to go to lunch, and then you're going to head home.
Yeah, but if you want to be responsible and hit all the places, get the hotel.
Well, yeah.
Which would be perfect, though. If I'm going to reimburse with the couple $100 I spent on beers, then perfect. I don't mind spending that, $100 on that hotel for the night? And you really enjoy it. Then you spend another $40, maybe $50, depending on the night you went, how busy it is when you're going, on Ubers, and then that's what you would have spent drinking and bringing home beer anyways. It would have been perfect. So we'll get you to sign up. Actually, I think we should. You want to know why?
And then we'll keep everyone updated.
Yeah, we'll report back on the podcast if she becomes a secret drinker and I don't. Because I'll low-key be upset, but at the same time, I'll be pretty happy about it.
You'd be proud of me.
I'd be proud of you, absolutely. But I'd be a little mad that I'm just that shitty of a person, apparently. That I don't know.
Maybe you were too over the top, though. Like, I feel like maybe you weren't modest.
That's the thing. They specifically wrote in the thing, like, be yourself and don't try to convince them. So maybe I did a little...
too much convincing.
No, not enough convincing. I was just myself too much, and maybe they didn't like me. We'll find out, though. We will absolutely
keep everyone updated.
Yeah, we're going to get you into it and see how we go.
Yeah.
But I think this will be a good segue into our first segment, which is going to be the top phrases searched on Pornhub by state. I found a picture that was tweeted by people that worked at Pornhub earlier in the year. This was for 2020. That showed the map of the United States and the number one search term on Pornhub for each state. So we're going to get into it. I have some that you're going to expect, some that you might be a little weirded out by. So we'll get back into that in the first segment.
I'm excited.
All right, let's get into it then. All right, we are back here with the first segment. Like I said, it's going to be the most top searched phrases words, the most searched words on Pornhub in 2020 by state. So, obviously, you're going to have your normal type of porn, right? People, well, not normal. Normal.
The general weird stuff.
I wouldn't even say these are weird. These are the first couple ones I'm going to say to you are what you kind of expect people to be looking at. Porn. So you think about porn, what do you expect people looking up?
I think people are looking up weird family stuff. So stepmom, stepsister, stepbrother.
Well, so that wasn't one of the bigger search terms, but yeah, there was 2 states that typed in stepsister, which was Virginia and Connecticut. Those were the big places. Other than that, there are only 2 states that had that as their most searched, which, like you said,
not bad, U.S., not bad.
But, you got your normal ones, like MILF. Everybody at some point in their life that has watched porn, I feel like, has typed MILF into the search bar.
Okay, I can see that one.
Or went to the categories and found MILF at some point. 13 states, their highest search term was MILF.
That's expected, I think.
Yeah, perfectly normal one. Nothing bad about it.
Perfectly normal.
Yeah, I mean, some of these are not normal and some of them are weird. You're going to be like, what the fuck on some of these. That's why I said, I have a category right now of 5 that are normal. I got 3 that are still normal, but they were less not voted on, but they were less searched by states. And then we get into the kind of weird ones. So we'll keep going with the normal ones quick. Lesbian.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like everybody in their life at some point has searched or watched lesbian porn. 9 states, that's what their go-to is lesbian.
Okay.
Like I said, that's expected. Asian. 6 states are Asian. I feel like that's also a highly searched term throughout the country, the world. I feel like Asian's a big category of porn.
Yeah, I can see that one.
6 states, I expected that one. This one came in with less states than I expected, but it's a normal, search porn, especially, I feel like, for younger guys. Take a guess.
For younger guys.
I feel like, at least when I was growing up watching porn, I feel like I searched this a decent amount.
See, I would have thought this was lesbian.
Well, that was definitely the highest one I searched. But when I finally started getting into real porn, guy-girl porn, this was probably what I searched all the time, and a lot of people did too at first.
Dildo.
No, I said guy-girl porn.
Guys and girls can use dildo.
Yeah, but that's not, I'm saying, like, that's not, when you're growing up and learning about porn,
yeah, that's
not going to be something.
All right, I don't know.
Threesome.
Oh, duh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like when you finally, especially me growing up as a kid, first, I feel like every guy growing up doesn't want to see dicks in porn at first.
Okay.
I feel like it's weird because you're still figuring out who you are as a person. You feel a little weird looking up
at
dicks
a man.
and the thing. Then you finally do it. You want to see man and 2 women threesome porn, So that was a normal one.
It's not that surprising.
I'm actually surprised, though. Only 4 states. That was our highest search term. I feel like that would have been higher. I feel like that would have been more about the lesbian. I feel like it probably would have been a little higher than lesbian, if not around the same at 9 states. But that was only 4.
I'm surprised too.
This next category comes in one state higher. Take a guess. Another very common genre in porn.
Ebony.
Yep, ebony it
Ooh.
is. 5 states, their highest was ebony. They were all interconnected down south near Florida. But Florida is on a different list. So we'll see about that after. You ready for the less searched ones? Which still aren't one's a little, it's going to creep you out a little bit. But other than that, they're about normal.
Okay.
We'll start with stepsister. You already figured that one out. You already guessed that one. That one has a genre.
Yeah.
It has a certain niche of people.
It's clearly a thing on there.
Yeah. And that was unfortunate for Virginia and Connecticut that those are their most searched terms. But I'm not going to lie. Apparently, it is bigger than this map is making it seem. So I don't know the last time you've been on a porn website was.
It's been a little bit.
I feel like you get to that home, you just type in the hub. Mm-hmm. You're ready to go. I feel like on that first main screen, they have those suggested videos or the most popular, quote unquote. I feel like it is always some type of step something. So I'm actually honestly surprised it was only 2 states having that as their most searched term. Because I feel like unless Pornhub's pushing that now, and that's what they want people to be watching, because I feel like it's everywhere you look when you go somewhere. But it grosses me out. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
This next one also grosses me out.
What is it?
New Hampshire and Massachusetts, my homeland.
States.
What do you think the most searched porn term was?
And it grosses you out?
Yes. It's a little weird. I mean, it's obviously legal, but weird. There's your hint. Legal, but weird.
I don't know.
We're going with teen.
Ooh.
Still legal, but still very weird.
Very weird.
Because it's never younger guys looking up teen porn.
That's a grown man.
You got the weirdo,
or woman.
38, 40-year-old weirdos that, You got the weirdos, of course, looking up. But then you also got those people that, midlife crisis kind of people, wishing they could start their life over. Out of a divorce. I feel like a lot of people like that are halfway successful out of a divorce try to go for younger people.
Well,
that 18, 19-year-old woman to replace their 40-year-old ex-wife.
I think that ties into like the babysitter thing, though. The babysitter fetish.
Yeah,
because,
absolutely.
And yeah, like teenagers don't call themselves teens. So that's
exactly.
It's not like a 15-year-old searching for another 15-year-old.
Yeah, I don't know about other teenagers, but when I was a teenager, porn in itself, I feel like is you living out some type of fantasy. Is what you're trying for, right? Not necessarily. When I was 18, 19, I was looking at like MILF porn, older people. Like that's what you're into. It's something different.
Come to light.
You know what I mean? You're looking at the stuff that you don't have.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
I get
if
that,
you're 18, 19, more than likely you're fucking 18, 19, 20, 21-year-olds. Mm-hmm. You want something that is not in your scope, and I think that's also why, going back to the teen thing, that those 40-year-olds are like, I would like something new, Mm-hmm. So I kind of get it, but it also super grosses me out all at the same time, just knowing it's mainly these older creepos.
Mm-hmm.
Vermont, though, bunch of freaks.
Skiing.
No.
Mountain.
No, but you ever hear about what downhill skiing is in porn?
No.
All right, well, I mean, you ask somebody, if you and your buddy want to ask somebody if they've ever been downhill skiing, it means there's a person in the middle, and they take their hands like they're downhill skiing and held in some poles, and they're downhill skiing. So for the people that aren't just listening to the podcast, if you've ever been skiing, you got your 2 poles in your hands, and you go down and then back up like you're pushing off of the snow, right? Those skis are going to be two other guys' members, and that's downhill skiing. So I'll just hook you up.
I never knew the term for that.
Yep. So if you're jerking two dudes off, it's downhill skiing. But no, that's not what it is. They're into BDSM. There are some real freaks over there.
All right.
And they're the only people in the country that they had the #1 search term as BDSM.
Really? This was Vermont?
Yep, Vermont.
The only state? That's actually surprising to me because I feel like it's becoming more...
a bigger thing.
Like less taboo, I guess I want to say. It's something that, people are starting to open up more about. So I'm surprised that there's only a single state.
It makes sense for it to be Vermont, though.
Why?
So BDSM is clearly you have to have time on your hands, one. You have to have a whole setup for it for the most part. I mean, you have your little things, the tie-up things for the bed that you can bring around with you. But, you got the big swings people have and these rooms and all that. Vermont, for the most part, is just
Snow.
Can't leave their house covered in snow throughout the whole year. So I completely understand that they're into the whole you need to put on a show to do something kind of thing. You know what I mean? They're trapped in there. What else are they going to do? Makes sense.
Ski.
Yeah. They easily could.
Downhill ski.
But they're used to some freaky stuff over there. So now we're going to get into the more weird ones. So the first one's not weird, but it was another one of those only one state searched it.
Okay.
The most, at least. And I put it in this category. Instead of putting it in less searched, I put it in the different category. Because it's something that I feel like you wouldn't think about anymore because it's not as predominant as it used to be. Can you take a guess what it is?
Not as
So I'll give you one more hint, though. It's a profession that people fantasize about that I feel like is not as important as it was back in the day.
That could be anything. I don't know.
When you hear it, you'll know.
I don't know, like a cobbler?
No, I'll give you a hint. The day and age of the internet has slowly been killing this industry. And there's a taboo behind this, sometimes in movies and TV shows, about this certain person being extremely good looking.
Do they have glasses?
Usually, I feel like in these taboo situations, they are
Typically?
with glasses. A little more on the nerdy looking side, they usually are played off as.
Is a teacher or a librarian?
Librarian, yes. Montana is into librarians, which I get. I see how people could like that.
Everybody's into
I'm
librarians.
just saying it's more a little weird because I feel like that's not a, back in the day, I feel like a librarian was a huge thing back before the day of the internet, the age of the internet, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Back when people really had to go to libraries more often, which people still do. People are still going to the library and all that, but it's not like before the age of the internet.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, of course people used to love it back in the day. You see it in movies and TV shows all the time. Mm-hmm. So,
fantasy.
It was a little different, but I like it. It's kind of wholesome that they're still liking librarians. How is it not?
Wholesome.
How is it not?
It is. I mean,
They're good people out in Montana, apparently. They're not looking up teens and BDSM and all this other stuff. They're just
looking up librarians.
Cute librarians, I guess. Now we're going to get into Michigan in a minute, and I feel like we're not going to talk about this one for long.
Michigan.
So we'll just get it out of the way.
Okay.
Take a guess. I don't think you're going to get it. Again, it's another state that the only one that said this is, and I'm kind of glad. I wish no states searched this, but...
Michigan has a lake. I don't know, fishing.
Racist. Michigan likes racist porn, apparently.
All right.
So like I said, we won't spend much
I don't know
time.
what that would entail. But
I'm not going to be searching that one.
yeah.
But before we get into any more talking about searching these porns, I think we should tell the people what we're going to do. So for some of these more weird ones that I'm going to bring up, we're going to do our own little research tonight or throughout the week. Before we record next week's episode, we're going to do some research into some of these weirder categories of porn that people are looking up. Because these next couple ones we come up with are going to have some questions behind them. So, if you guys don't know, the two of us run a TikTok together as well, Awfully Opposite. So I think it'll be a good idea, me and you, we look up some of these weird ones. Mm-hmm. Obviously, don't show it to TikTok so we don't get banned. We'll look it up on your phone. We'll TikTok them on my phone, and we'll give our genuine reactions to some of these weird ones on the talk.
Yeah.
And then we will also come back and talk about them next week. Because I didn't do any research leading into this because I wanted us to be able to do it together. So the next one, not weird, but again, another state was the only one that did it. But it's Florida. And it is super predictable that Florida fucking was searching this for their porn. What does Florida love to do?
Drugs.
Yes. Drinking also, right? What's a vessel you can do both of those on that Floridians love to do?
A yacht?
Which is, a what?
A boat?
Boat, yeah. Makes total sense.
Yeah.
Florida.
That one does make sense.
Is searching boats as their number one search porn.
Yep.
Not weird. It just makes sense. The Floridians love their boats. They love being crazy. And I bet Florida has some really wild boat porn that you can look up.
Yeah.
Makes sense. But now, these last four are the weird ones. So we're going to get right into them with Oklahoma. This one, I understand why they were the only state to search this, because I've never even thought about this at all, ever in a sentence together, nor considered it to be a genre of porn. It is Goth Hospital.
Goth Hospital?
Yeah, Goth Hospital. So I don't know if they're talking your stereotypical goth.
Like black fingernails.
Yeah, long black pants, the baggy ones, the black clothes, stuff like that. I don't know if that's what it is. I don't know.
Or architecture?
I highly doubt that. They're talking architecture.
Hospital.
But you never know, though. Maybe is goth a architectural style for hospitals? Because if it is, then maybe they're liking it. But I did a little thinking.
I'm excited to research that one.
Me too. You tell me what you think it might be, though. Like, if we were to type in now on the phones Goth Hospital in Pornhub search bar, what are you thinking that you're going to see? Because I got an idea of what I think.
I think of, like I said, architecture. That's what I come to, like Gothic cathedrals.
Yeah, but
that's
for a porn. You're thinking? So you're thinking artsy porn.
Yes, exactly. So I'm thinking I don't know, it's a big, enormous hospital, and they're the only two people in this humongous hallway, and it's beautiful, and the light is coming through the stained glass, and just, kind of really artistic-like.
You're thinking artistic,
that's what I'm thinking.
Beautifully produced porns.
That's what I am thinking. I'm probably wrong.
We are thinking completely different on what Goth Hospital can
You're
be.
thinking the other goth.
Yeah, I'm thinking that this dude, car accident, something like that, in the hospital, was kind of passed out for a little bit, but still able to function, but in the hospital, kind of wakes up, next thing you know, he looks around, he got these women that, goth women dressed up, all black, they probably just porn, they got these skanky black, nurse suits on. Stuff like that, dressed as your stereotypical goth that are going to come serve his buddy's member. Right in the hospital bed is what I'm thinking of.
We'll see unless we're both completely off base and there's like another...
Something even weirder.
Yeah, something else that goth means. besides what we're thinking.
But yeah,
Because I don't know what to expect for that one.
I'm thinking some decently good-looking goth chick is just banging some dude in a nightgown at a hospital. Is my
All right, we'll see about that one.
Yep. So like I said, you guys find us on TikTok and you will see our reactions to that because one of us I feel like has to be right.
It's me.
So we'll find out.
It's definitely me.
Colorado,
I think.
they're into a weird one to me.
Okay.
But it might be weird to me and not to you. So we'll find out.
Okay.
Let's say you're ready to do the business. Are you going to be searching droopy balls, you think?
When I'm 90 years old.
That's what I figured you would say. And I came up with a reason why droopy balls is the number one search thing in Colorado.
Why?
What is Colorado to a lot of people? A place they move during retirement.
Really?
Florida.
Because I think of Florida.
No, Florida, Colorado, a bunch of places. I know a couple people that are retiring in Colorado.
Okay.
I'm not going to say any names, but specifically some people from the military I know. I know some older people from the New England area that have moved out to Colorado as a retirement place. That might be the reason why. Droopy balls is usually an older person thing. Mm-hmm. I feel like a lot of old people go out there to retire or not even retire, but spend their somewhat older years, their 40s or 50s, doing some hunting, some outdoor living. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily even retired at all, but I feel like Colorado is a older person place. Okay. Like I've never met a person our age saying I'm moving out to Colorado unless they have to.
I mean, there's a girl I work with, but
yeah.
Yeah, so that makes complete sense. Older population,
but it's
droopy balls, like, yeah, but think about it. Like someday I'm gonna be an old lady, and you're gonna look at me and go, "Ooh, yeah, she looks good," even though she's 75.
Yeah, which is weird to me.
And I'll look at your droopy balls and say, "They look good. I want some of those."
I guess you're right.
So that makes sense.
Being our age is a little weird. Like, I can only imagine what droopy ball porn looked like.
Yeah, I mean, not
is
pretty.
Is it all older people?
Maybe not.
Or is it some people in their 40s or whatever that just got some low-hanging members?
Or 20s even.
So we're going to find out tonight as well on what droopy balls looks like. I mean, I guess it's the thing, but that's the thing too. Is it just up-close shots of the balls?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Is it just member going into vagine? And you can see the ball smacking the whole time?
Okay.
I'm asking serious questions. Or
I
they
don't
showcase the droopy balls before it happens?
I would imagine. That's what you're looking for.
I guess. Some people, well, the majority of Colorado is looking for droopy balls. The majority of Delaware is looking into something a lot weirder. So the home state of our good friend, who also is the one that made the beat, the intro beat and the outro beat for this podcast, makes a lot of beats. Good producer now. His name is Why So Serious. It's YSO_CERIOUS on Instagram and SoundCloud. He's from the great state of Delaware.
What is he researching? Tell me.
So we're going to find out, and I'm going to have to also talk to him on this one.
Yeah.
To see what the fuck this is all about. But I'm a little nervous to search this one on Pornhub.
What is it?
Skin. Just the word skin. So I'm a little, like, I don't know. It's going to be weird. It could be one of those really weird fetish type videos of skin.
Right. Like, this could go one of two ways. Because you could think of skin like, ooh, they're showing a lot of skin. She's got a short skirt.
Well, like the 1920s when they showed a little.
But I'm going to Silence of the Lambs. Yeah. It puts the lotion on the skin. Creepy
again. Absolutely.
Stuff.
Or that's like The Office when Dwight cut that figure's face off and put it on his face.
The first aid dummy.
The first aid dummy. That's what I'm thinking.
That's where
This
mine,
could be
yeah.
some weird, nasty, like skin. Like, what do you mean skin? Like, if I'm ever in the mood to watch porn, skin is not any of the words popping up in my mind.
No.
It's creeping me out already, and I'm genuinely nervous to look up skin on Pornhub.
I think that's might be the weirdest one so far.
It might redirect you to the dark web, and it really
Which
might
you don't want to
be
go down.
weird stuff like Dwight putting the CPR mask on his face. So we won't talk too much about that one right now, but we're probably going to have a whole couple part series, I'm sure, on TikTok about us figuring out what skin means on the Pornhub.
I'm not excited about that one.
No. You want to know what I'm excited about, though? Finding out what Tennessee's all about.
Tennessee is all about Tennessee whiskey.
Yeah, you would think, whiskey, some distillery stuff, banging on barrels, something like that.
Yeah,
no, they're into
that's what I'm thinking.
I mean, I'm into whiskey, too. So it makes sense. I said they're into something I might be into. But they're into something completely different.
All right.
What was one of my favorite TV shows growing up?
King of the Hill.
King of the Hill, absolutely. As cartoon. King of What was my favorite real-life series?
Oh, don't tell me my mind's going blank.
Come
King
on.
of Queens.
Yeah,
King of
King of
Queens.
Queens. Who's the star of the King of Queens there?
Kevin James.
Yeah. Kevin James is the most searched term on Pornhub in Tennessee. I'm not lying.
Aww,
It truly is.
that's cute.
Why is that cute?
Because he's cute.
No, he's adorable.
Got a big belly.
Number one. But that's the thing. I have a couple theories on why he's the most searched. First one, obvious. He had a sex tape. Right?
All right.
You would think any celebrity
I haven't
searched,
seen it,
No,
but-
but that's what I'm saying. Any celebrity searched on the hub, you would feel like would have to have a sex tape.
Okay,
I've never heard of a Kevin James sex tape. That could be the possibility.
Okay.
He also might have a porn doppelganger.
Yes.
Somebody that really looks like Kevin James, and that is putting it down. Like he's putting some work in. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But either way, people in Tennessee are attracted to Kevin James.
Right, that's very specific.
Yeah.
And it's not like...
But that's why I feel... you go first.
Well, it's not like a common guy that I feel like you'd expect. Like, I don't know.
Leonardo
It's different for
DiCaprio.
everybody. Like, obviously mine is Dwayne Johnson. But, like, for other women, a common,
Leonardo
beautiful
DiCaprio.
man... No, Channing Tatum.
Yeah, but you're thinking
Every
about
woman
hot
is like,
guys.
okay, Channing Tatum is beautiful.
Absolutely.
But Kevin James.
So this is where I think he might have actually had a sex tape leak.
I would watch. I want to find it if there's one out there.
But I'm thinking it might have been with somebody from Tennessee, like a famous Tennessee person. Because I feel like if the sex tape leaked of Kevin James, I feel like the majority of the country likes Kevin James. He likes his movies.
Everybody likes Kevin James.
You got King of Queens. You got Paul Blart. He's been in a bunch of Adam Sandler's movies like Grown Ups. He's done a bunch of things.
That one
Everybody
boxing
loves
movie
him.
he actually got really fit for.
Absolutely. People love the guy. I feel like if it was like an actual porn, like he made a sex tape and it got leaked, I feel like the country wouldn't have known about it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So maybe he was banging somebody in Tennessee and the thing leaked. Somebody everybody knew. Somebody that worked at the Jack Daniels distillery or something. You know what I mean? They're right out there in Tennessee. Somebody everybody knew. Or somebody that looks like Kevin James grew up in Tennessee and started doing porn. So now it gets pretty much searched. Because they know the guy on the streets. The guy's, looks like Kevin James. Either way, I am greatly excited to find out why Kevin James is on porn.
So my theory, I think it's
Okay.
Kevin James because I feel like he's what you would imagine as your future husband and the father of your children.
He's the definition of dad bod.
If I think ahead, 10 years, you look like Kevin James. You have a beard, but you look like Kevin James,
You know what? Most people
Act like Kevin James. You're always doing the wrong thing. I'm yelling at you. You know?
I feel like most people would be offended by that.
But you take it as a compliment.
I'm greatly honored that you're thinking.
That's a compliment.
I could be Kevin James in the future. Because you're right. You look at Kevin James, you think a good father.
You do.
That man looks like a goddamn good dad.
He does.
He looks like he provides for the family, and he looks like he knows how to cook the fuck out of some food. He's going to make you laugh.
Yes.
Like, think about it.
Very important.
But this is exactly why, and I can tell you why we all think this about Kevin James. King of Queens.
Yeah,
he was the perfect husband in King of Queens. Granted, did he fuck up? Yes. But does every guy fuck up? Yes.
Yes.
And you know what? He gave him hope because, you know what? Carrie was a lot better looking than he was. She was out of his goddamn league.
She was.
And he picked her up, married her, figured out how to live a good life together. They had a nice house right in Queens. I mean, that's an expensive house down in Queens. They were living next to Lou, whatever his name was. Lou Ferrigno. He was an actual movie star in King of Queens. They knew him as Lou Ferrigno in King of Queens because that's what he was in the movies. You're telling me this man was so successful, and so she was. She was a lawyer or something, right? They were a successful couple that worked out together. They're living on the same road next to a movie star. Like, that's exactly why you look at Kevin James as like a fatherly, husbandly figure. Because he got his shit together, married somebody way out of his league, and got a house that should have been way out of his pay league. But
I think he's
yeah,
kinda handsome.
he did it. He's, super handsome. People just hate on him because he got a little chub on him.
Yeah, he's got the chub, but he's also got something else going on.
Yeah.
He's got something.
A good guy. He looks like a good guy. You meet him, you're like, if you look at him and you think you're going to meet him, you're going to be like, that guy is going to be nice. He's going to sign my autographs. He might give me a hug.
He'll be nice,
He'll tell me something good about myself. So I get it. Maybe Tennessee's just a bunch of wholesome people, and that's why they're looking up Kevin James, because he seems like he's a good man. That's all I'm going to say. But I think it's about time we get into our next segment, which is going to be the top 3 things about day drinking, which we know a lot about. We're day drinking as we speak. Filming this podcast is day drinking right now. I think we know a good amount about it. But first, we're going to have to get into a nice little sponsor read that I recorded earlier for our nice new sponsors, Anchor. And then we'll get right into our second podcast. All right, we are back with segment number 2, which is the top 3 best things about day drinking. And I realized right before we went to that commercial break that I said we'll get back to podcast 2 instead of segment 2. So let me clear that up. We're in segment 2, not the second podcast. I know I messed up there. Before people tell me about it, there you go. I want to get it out. I know I messed up. So let's talk about the top 3 the best things about day drinking. We're pretty good day drinkers. We do it a decent amount, especially in the summer. Running the Traeger all day. You're smoking some meats for a party or something. You got to be day drinking a little bit. So let's talk about the 3 best things. I'll have you start. Start at your third.
My
your third favorite.
Third favorite. I think for whatever reason, your hangover feels better. So
that makes sense.
Yeah. Like, I feel like, I don't know, just the next day, it just doesn't feel as bad. Like, I get some mean hangovers. You know I do. I mean, I can barely get off the couch.
You're a zombie the next day.
Yeah. I can't function. But if I'm day drinking day after day, I can hang over the dog. Like, I can get up and drink the next day.
Yeah, hair of the dog. Yeah, absolutely. I feel like I got a theory on why that works, and that is because if you start day drinking, you're not going as far into the night usually, I feel.
Because you started so early.
Yeah, but granted, you have those marathon days where you start in the morning, especially like, let's say you were throwing a party. I feel like a lot of the stuff is not even a party, but you're having a get-together. I feel like a lot of day drinking stems from a get-together, right?
Right.
Like, let's say we were having some people over. I was smoking some meat or something for that party, I'm going to start day drinking as soon as that meat gets put on the smoker, right? So it's usually in the morning, and you usually tend to somewhat follow in suit. You see me drinking, we start drinking together, you tend to follow
Triggers the
in suit.
shakes.
Yeah. And then I feel like you end up partying most of the day, you party into the night, but you end it earlier usually. Unless I said, like, you have a marathon day, drinking day, where the next thing you know, everybody's like, hey, let's go out. Let's do this, that. You get into the night. But I feel like usually your night's ended by 9, 10 o'clock if you start day drinking.
Oh my God, sooner than that.
No, I'm saying like the latest. Like you have people over. People are going to be leaving by 9, 10 if you have a day function, you know. So you're going to get to bed way earlier than you normally would. You got to think, me and you go out partying. Time we usually go home.
Well, that's different because we got to Uber home.
2:33.
It's a whole
though,
thing.
Right?
Yeah.
So that makes sense, though. If you're done drinking between 8 and 10 o'clock at night compared to 2 to 3:30 in the morning, you're going to feel substantially better when you wake up at 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning.
True.
Because we don't sleep in that late. We do it out of dog and stuff that wakes you up in the morning. Like, you can't be sleeping like back in the day till noon, 1 o'clock and sleep that hangover off.
God, the good days.
Yeah, now it's you got to actually get up early. So day drinking, I feel like you usually end your day earlier. That makes sense.
You know what,
I
though?
get where you're coming from.
It ties into my my second one, which is that the day feels so much longer.
I actually had that as my second as well. And that's the truth. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
You start early in the morning, your day feels longer. I kind of actually might have a theory. I just thought about it now. If you're not day drinking, you're usually going out and being productive and doing something, right? You're grocery shopping, you're doing clothes shopping,
Cleaning.
whatever.
Yeah.
You're cleaning. Day drinking, you're drinking. You might be playing some games, some yard games. You might be throwing some bags. You might be doing something like that, you know. But I feel like you usually don't do nearly as many responsibles when you have the day drinking in there.
Okay.
So I feel like that's why it might make the day feel slower, because if you're out shopping all day, you're cleaning, like you're wasting your day almost, so it feels like it's flying by. Because you're not doing anything enjoyable. At least for me on the weekends, if I'm not doing something I enjoy, I feel like my weekend went by way quicker.
Yeah, but doesn't time fly when you're having fun?
Absolutely, but in a good way. Like it goes by quick. At the end of the night, you'll be like, fuck, it's already 9 o'clock. But in the moment, you're enjoying it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So you're having fun. It feels like it's taking a little longer. If you're shopping and cleaning, nobody fucking enjoys that, you know, especially grocery shopping, stuff like that, cleaning the house. So your day's going to feel like it's going by quick because you feel like you wasted all your time you had allotted for fun on bullshit adult activities like that, like cleaning the house.
Okay.
When you're having fun, that's all you're focused on is having a couple beers with your buddies. You're throwing some fucking cornhole bags, you know, something like that. You're having a good time. I feel like it'll slow down time a little bit as well as making it go by quick.
Interesting.
I've talked about this in the past, but I've told you before, I feel like this week went by fast, but the days went by slow.
Oh, yeah, I feel that all the time.
Yeah, I've said that to you before. I feel like that's what it is, day drinking, especially with a couple people. Like if you're having a little thing. Like the day goes by fast, but slow at the same time. By the end of the night, you're like, fuck, the day's over. But you're like, yo, that day was fun, and it took a while for it to happen.
I can vibe with you on that.
So that's exactly why I put my number 2 as the same thing. It makes the day go by longer. We'll get into my number 3, though, since we already covered my number 2. You're number 2.
I skipped it.
We'll get into my number 3, and then we'll go to our number 1s. My number 3 is there's no judgment with day drinking. If it's established you're going to be day drinking that day. You know what I mean? So let's say it's a Friday night, for example. I'll have 2 examples. One's a Friday night or one's first thing in this Saturday morning. If I went to you, let's say Friday night or first thing in the morning Saturday, I said, hey, you want a day drink? And you said, yeah. There's no judgment at what time I cracked that first beer open. Because let's say it was a Friday night and we were both dead set on day drinking that Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Whether we had plans or not, maybe we were just being lazy. We wanted to put some food on the grill for the night and just day drink and have fun. We weren't going anywhere. We had no responsibles to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I woke up and cracked that beer at 9 a.m, there is zero judgment. Because we had a pending agreement on day drinking.
On day drinking, yeah.
There's a difference where if we don't talk about day drinking and I wake up and crack a beer at 9.
And I'm judging you?
Yeah. You're going to think I have a problem.
Yeah.
But if we agreed on day drinking, it seems like it's socially
then
acceptable.
it's on.
Yeah. It's on and it's acceptable. So that's what I like. There's no judgment, day drinking.
It's on site. Does that work for that?
No, it does not.
Okay.
We'll get into that in a later week, trying to convince her of some little lingo like that, some terms, some slang.
Okay, let's make a note of that, on site.
We will. But it's also socially acceptable to be day drinking, to take a nappy poo around 4 o'clock.
Oh,
at
God.
night.
Day drinking naps. Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
That's
They're
what
the
I'm saying.
best.
There's no judgment. If you woke up at 9 and took a nap by 4, I'd be judging you. You were day drinking at 9 a.m. and took a nap at 4. I get it. You're getting ready for the rest of the night. There's no
Round two.
judgment in day drinking as long as everybody agrees on it. And that's what I like about day drinking. That's my third best thing. Second one is to make the days feel longer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I got a killer number one,
All right.
so I don't know about you. So if you want to shoot your number one out there
Ours
now,
are going to be different
I'm
because,
sure.
no offense, the day after you drink, you're useless. But
Coming
I say
from
that with
you.
love. No.
Okay.
I say that with love.
Yeah.
So my number one, the day after I day drink, I wake up so early and my day is ridiculously productive. I'm up at like 3 a.m. I get up, I put the coffee on, obviously. I watch a movie and then my chores start. I get the dishes done. I do laundry. I clean the bathroom. All of this stuff is done before you get up at like 8 o'clock.
I can tell you
So
exactly why.
So the house is clean before you even roll out of bed. You are welcome.
So we can get into two things with this. Number one, when that does happen sometimes,
Okay.
and that is because you are asleep by 9 o'clock, usually day drinking. So are we all, so I'm not saying just you. Usually 9, 10 o'clock, like I said earlier, it's your bedtime. You're done. So you wake up much earlier. It makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like going to the club and you're up at 3 in the morning. You're going
The
to sleep.
club?
Yeah. Going out
When was the last time you went to the
A
club?
couple years. No, I mean, it's COVID season, but a couple years ago.
Okay, yeah, that makes complete sense.
So you're up early. Two, I feel like it's also a subconscious thing that you feel bad about wasting a day drinking. Because you know what I mean? You spent a whole day doing nothing. You spend a whole day just drinking, no responsibles. I feel like subconsciously in the back of your mind, you're waking yourself up to do something productive.
Why would you tell me that?
I'm just telling you what the truth is.
That was terrible.
What do you mean?
Because now I know that. That might be true.
You feel bad about it. But that's a good thing. And two, the other thing that it possibly could be. What? You go.
No, go ahead. I was just going to say that we disagree on this, but I'm right that you don't sleep as well when you're drinking. It helps you fall asleep, but it
disagree.
affects your sleep pattern. You don't sleep as well. You have a hard time staying asleep. You wake up earlier. You wake up more often. It's a fact. So obviously I'm going to wake up early the next day after I've been drinking all day.
your pattern might be different. But I don't know about you, but when I get drunk and I'm sleeping like a bear.
Yeah, you snore really loud.
I'm out cold. I have the best sleep imaginable on them drunk nights.
You snore so loud that it affects my sleep.
Yeah. See, I get it though. I get what you're saying. I wake up tired. I wouldn't say more tired, but I think it takes me longer to wake up the day after drinking. Mm-hmm. But I feel more rested at the same time.
Oh God, I don't.
So like, let's say I do this all the time. I was just out of town last week for work, right? With a couple buddies. We were out of town. I got, a little drunk a couple nights, and we woke up, and this is the thing. So we were waking up at 5 to 5:30, depending on the day, which I normally wake up, especially winter here, between 5 and 5:30. So if I have that sober wake up, I'm still tired in the morning. If you have that drunk wake up, you're tired. But I feel like after a night of drinking, I actually wake up quicker. So I'm just as tired. I get out of bed quicker, though. And I feel like my body gets jump-started quicker than if I woke up sober. If I wake up sober, I feel like it takes me a couple alarms to get out of bed. And I feel like I'm slow rising until I'm out of the door.
You want to know why?
Have a couple drinks, I feel like, fuck, I'm up and I'm ready. But I need to shake that bad feeling off.
That would be because drinking impacts your sleep patterns.
Yeah, so it'd make me feel better because when I'm drunk, I feel more awake quicker.
No, it's because you can't sleep, so you wake up.
But I wake up, I was just explaining, if you were listening, that I wake up and actually feel more awake and ready for the day quicker after a night of drinking compared to a night of full rested sleep.
Because you can't sleep.
So why would I wake up and be more energized quicker if I didn't have a good night's sleep?
Because there's no chance that you can fall back asleep like you would if you were sober.
In the beginning, this is the thing. If I wake up in the morning for work, I can't fall back asleep regardless because I got to go to work.
Bullspit.
Oh,
Mr. 28 alarms.
Yeah, because when I'm sober, I sleep through them. When I'm drunk, I'm up. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to conquer today. I'm ready to suck today's dick. I'm ready to go. Sober, it takes me a minute. I'm groggy-eyed or whatever the fuck it's called, and you having a good, you wake up, you're tired. Sober, I'm tired for a minute when I'm, coming off a little bit of a drunk the night before. But as soon as I brush my teeth, I splash some water in my face, I'm good to go. So we differ.
Yeah.
But we will, so that was your number one, right?
Yes. Your
my number one. Mimosas.
Oh, God, yeah.
The best thing about day drinking is mimosas.
Darn it. Can I have a 1A? Because that's my 1A.
It should be. Because nobody I've ever met, and I never would in my life, at 10 o'clock at night be like, yo, you trying to make mimosas?
No, you wouldn't do that.
Mimosas are the absolute best day drinking thing ever. Mm-hmm. Because they're not harsh. You wake up, you want OJ anyways. OJ's a breakfast thing, right? You got OJ, you might as well splash a little bit of champagne in that. And by a little bit, I mean a half and half mixture of champagne.
You do 75 champagne, 25 orange juice.
Yeah. And that's how it should be. I could finish a bottle or two a day of, well, not a day, but each day drinking day of champagne and mimosa. It's perfect. You only get mimosas in the morning. So if you're not ready to day drink, you're not getting mimosas that day. Mm-hmm. It's perfect. And they're the best drink ever. They get you energized while getting you feeling good. You can't beat them.
Although I feel like the next day, I feel like mimosas really give me hangovers. All that juice,
Well, there's a lot of sweetness,
all that sugar,
Yeah.
and I feel like champagne like really gets me drunk.
I mean, it's higher in the alcohol percentage than your normal beer or anything.
Like 2 mimosas and I'm feeling some kind of fine.
Yeah. But that's the fucking best part about mimosas. You don't got to drink all morning to get a buzz on for mimosas. You drink a couple mimosas, you got a buzz on for the day. And now you can either finish the mimosa or you can go into your beer. You can go into anything else you like. The mimosas are the perfect fucking Kickstarter to the day of drinking.
You know what I love about mimosas?
What?
That you can have so many combinations. I can do a regular mimosa with champagne and orange juice. I can do a mimosa with cran apple, with lemonade, which weird, but you could do a beer mimosa. You could make a mimosa out of anything.
Any type of
there
juice.
are endless combinations. That's what I
juice.
love about mimosas.
Champagne and any kind of juice. Mimosa.
And you could do different kinds of champagne. Like we always do the brut, but there are other kinds we could try.
Yeah, you got dry, extra dry. You got brut. But then you also got different brands. Like we stick to the same brut brand always.
I like our brand.
Me too. But, you know, the great people listening and watching this podcast, if they followed us on Instagram, will learn that the Monday following this podcast, we're going to start a thing called Mimosa Mondays, a.k.a. Mosa Mondays, where every Monday we post a new mimosa video on Instagram. So whether it is like you were just saying, a new champagne, a new juice, a beer,
new champagne,
something like that, we're going to have to try a couple.
Branching out.
But we'll start with our, core champagne and try different juices. Throw some beer in those juices. We're just going to do different Mosa Monday videos every week. So these people can be looking forward to them. Because I think me and you are mimosa connoisseurs.
I wouldn't say that.
We drink them all the time. At least I am. I try different things every time. Just last weekend, I put beer, champagne, and orange juice together because I said, fuck it, why not? Beer mimosa's good. A mimosa's good. You put them together. I'll try all the combinations, and we'll be trying them every Monday on our Instagram for people to watch.
Right. What if we haven't even found the best kind of champagne yet?
Exactly. So that's the reason why we're going to start this series. Champagne and OJ, the OG mimosa, but it might not be the best mosa out there. So we're going to be on the hunt to find the best mosa there is on our Instagram. Every Monday. We'll do it. And I'm ready. I'm excited. This means every weekend we have to, fucking taste test mimosas this weekend.
We have to day drink.
Yeah, taste test a couple mimosas and some flight glasses.
How different for us.
Yeah. But mimosas, seriously, the best thing about day drinking.
Yeah.
Like you go to brunch. Hey, you want a mimosa with that? Yeah,
Love
the
brunch.
fuck I do. Bring it on. You know what I mean? That's the best part about it.
That's definitely my 1A.
Yeah.
And then my 1B is beer mimosa.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the best of both worlds.
And brunch. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Forgot about brunch.
We'll have a whole nother segment,
my-
I'm sure, at some point on this
We have
podcast
to.
about the best things about brunch, because
Oh, my
brunch is
Lord.
the best meal of the week.
Yeah, I'll just lay it out here right now. Avocado toast.
I was going more hash style of way, but either way, I'm pretty sure we'll be talking about that.
I'm sure.
But I think that ends our top 3 best things about day drinking segment. We actually agreed on one, which is surprising.
Very.
But it is definitely an agreeable topic. Makes the day better. And
Basically, everything's good about it.
Yeah, you can't beat day drinking.
You can't.
Absolutely. But when we get back, we will close out this podcast. We'll see you guys in a minute. All right, we are back to close out the podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed so far. I think we had a couple good points on both the, most searched Pornhub terms and what the 3 best things about day drinking are, basically. Because I think we got them pretty much locked in.
Yeah, we do.
But like we were saying during that Pornhub segment. If you guys want to follow us on TikTok, we're going to be posting tonight. We'll be posting them the day that this airs. We'll be posting our reactions to some of the really weird ones. And I'm kind of excited. I'm a little nervous. I'm not sure what to expect. But talking about social media, we're on all social media platforms. So if you want to follow us on those, they're all at Awfully Opposite, AWFULLYOPPOSITE. If you also want to go to our link tree, linktr.ee is what it is, actually. It took me a minute. I'm getting used to this.
The spelling. Good job.
I had to remember what the dot was, for fuck's sake.
No, impressive.
So if you go there, /awfully opposite, fucking linktree.com/opposite, whatever the fuck it is, /awfully opposite. You can find all of our links there to our YouTube, to wherever you like listening to podcasts, because we are on all, platforms.
All platforms.
Spotify, Apple Music, so on and so forth. On YouTube, where you can be watching the videos if you're listening to this now. There's also a video version of this podcast if you want to see what we look like and how we're reacting to things. That's a perfect place to do it.
How pretty we are.
Yes, exactly. If not, hopefully you guys follow us on wherever you're listening to. And I mean, we are thankful for you guys to even be checking in on the first episode. Mm-hmm. We're hoping that this can pick up a little bit. We're hoping that people are enjoying what we're saying and we're doing. It's going to be a journey.
Yeah, I think more than anything, we're hoping people can relate. I mean, I know, like they say, opposites attract, right? So,
well, that's how we got part of the name.
We seem like we butt heads an awful lot, but somehow we make it work, and keeps things interesting. Maybe keeps us on our toes. So.
Hopefully you guys can at least see the perspectives of two completely different people that live together or are in together all the time.
Yeah, the right perspective and then the wrong perspective, so to speak.
Sure, whatever she says.
That's the right answer, whatever she says.
Yep, and that's how you get through relationships like this. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we're just really glad for whoever is listening, especially listening this long into the podcast or getting to the end. Mm-hmm. Hopefully you do guys drop a like and a follow, and we could eventually, hopefully, entertain you guys through the weeks to come.
Yeah.
We're going to be dropping the podcast every single Wednesday on all of the streaming platforms again. The video will be out every Wednesday on YouTube as well. So however you like to listen or watch, it'll be there. Mm-hmm. We also do, like I said, run the Instagram and TikTok together. So every Monday on Instagram, you'll have a different Mimosa Monday video. New mimosas every week. Like we talked about in the last segment, I'm excited for it because that just gives me an excuse to drink mimosas. Like, you can't beat it. We do a little filming. We'll give you our honest reviews on the combinations we do. And I'm pretty excited about it. And then on TikTok, we post just a whole bunch of nonsense on TikTok, which pretty much is what TikTok is made for. Is whatever you're thinking of at the time. Like, I posted a couple videos today of this recording talking about my favorite beer accessories. Giving us some reviews of my favorite beer accessories. I'm
going to get one of you dancing.
Yeah, I mean...
That's my long-term goal, is to get a TikTok of you dancing.
Put a couple mimosas in me. On most
and I'll for sure have you
dancing for sure.
Oh yeah, couple drinks in and you're ready to go.
I'm ready to go. But I recorded a couple today, and there'll be more in the pipeline, especially the me and you reacting to the weird porn searches. I'm nervous and excited all at the same time. So if you want to actually see some genuine reactions to those, because did we look these up before? What those were?
No.
So they're going to be genuine reactions of whatever
they
the
will
fuck's
indeed.
going on.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
So we'll have a whole series on that on TikTok. I'm assuming it's going to be multiple episodes. So stay tuned for those. We'll probably post one every day, if not a multiples a day. Because there's no way we're looking up all 6 of those in a minute's time.
No.
It'll probably be each category as a video, but hopefully you guys enjoy those. Hopefully, if you're coming from TikTok because you saw those videos, welcome. I hope you enjoy the podcast as well. But other than that, I think we should wrap this thing up.
Let's wrap it up.
Oh, I also want to give a shout out again to our sponsor, Anchor, who is sponsoring this podcast and the platform that we are hosting this podcast out of. So give a big shout out to them. If you haven't checked them out yet, check them out, anchor.fm.com. Well, anchor.fm, go check them out.
And Why So Serious brand, of course.
Yes, absolutely.
Intro, outro.
The outro that's about to happen pretty much as we're about to be talking. And the intro that happened during this video, all by Why So Serious, our good buddy of the weird state of Delaware. So that's YSO_CERIOUS. You go give them a follow on SoundCloud and Instagram. Give them a listen and DM them if you want any beats or you need any beats or you know somebody that does. Tell them Off the Opposite sent you there. But I think we're going to wrap it up for the week, right?
Right.
So,
thank you guys.
Yes, thank you guys for listening.
We love you already.
Yeah, we love you guys, and I think we'll be seeing you guys next Wednesday again.
Yeah, see you next Wednesday.
And a whole lot of Wednesdays to come. Signing off.
Cheers. I'm not chugging mine.